This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hello everybody, welcome to today's look at Dust Tactics, the huge sale that Miniature Market's having. Now today I'm going to be talking about these expansions, and with them being such a low price, as you've seen already, what do they mean? What do they do? What are some of the things that you can get out of this? I mean, we can easily sit here and talk about the figures, which we will tomorrow, but really taking a look at these expansions I think is important. Now, there's all kinds of different ones. Now, yesterday I went over Operation Hades with you and talked how you get a bunch of tiles out of this. What this one does, and it's very, very cool on the back here, just to show you, is that you get some buildings with that. So that's kind of key, and a couple more tiles. And that's Operation Zengrad. Over here we have Operation Silo. Now this here, you're getting more figures. And what you have here is, this is more of the German base instead of the Russian, which we last two that we saw were Russian based. But Silo, you actually get a couple more figures in it. So you get a couple of heroes and you can add those in and build accordingly. As you can see, this dude right here. Some more tiles, which is always important. Operation Achilles is another American expansion. And this here, it is the Americans and the Germans, and it actually tells a really, really great story, and you're going to get 3 more figures and a couple more tiles. So again, it becomes, if you buy all these expansions, you're going to find that you're going to get more tiles, and the more tiles you get, the more you can play both games. You can either play it as a miniature game or, like I said, as a set board game and follow through the campaigns. Operation Cyclone, the one that we're going to kind of try to feature, is basically the Americans again doing a landing, and you get a bunch of figures with this that are really, really cool. So let's take a look at it while we're here, right? So I just happen to have this bad boy opened, so we're just going to pop through here. You get 2 figures with it, which is a pretty good deal. You get the German hero, which he looks pretty nasty, and of course Rosie, the American hero. And again, these are pre-primed and ready to paint, or you don't even have to paint these. That's the beauty of it. You're going to get some terrain, so actually some tank tracks, because you definitely want to get some of those tanks and some of those vehicles. As you can see, these things get in the way, and of course we have some crates in here, which are really, really nice. So you get additional terrain with this whole thing, and that's really good. But again, the thing I want to emphasize is the two-sided, if I can open the bag, right? The two-sided terrain that you're going to get, and some of the extras that come in here. Now, of course, with Operation Cyclone, you are going to get a book, and they are going to break down a whole bunch of things, scenarios. They're going to add some additional rules, some new game rules that they put in here. They may not match exactly with your new book, because your new book may have them already in them. But there's a ton of, if you don't have the imagination like me to come up with your own scenarios, well, guess what? They have so many scenarios in all these sets that they're actually really, really fantastic. And here you have like the boat landings where you can actually fight upon a submarine, because here's the top of the submarine, which I think is really, really cool. So you can fight on top of the submarine, or you can go inside and fight away inside there, which is really kind of cool. Some additional snow tiles, which are always important to have, because these will actually work with some of the Russian things. So you end up with a couple more sea tiles, ice tiles, and if you look in some of the expansion in Operation Hades, these are needed. Now, with the price of these so low as they are, you can really get some really great things. You have these, or you can make like walkways and stuff like that. You got a ton of these, and there's just a lot that you get in here. once you get these figures, which are for virtually nothing, these expansions, adding these expansions with the book, I think honestly altogether, if you bought all these expansions and you were able to get 2 good armies that you're really interested in, and you can add a little bit as you go. And like I said, you have to get, unfortunately, have to get the dice from duskgames.com. Unfortunately, Miniature Market does not have those, but you can play this game 2 different ways and really have a great time with it. This is a lot of fun. There's a lot to it, and you can really get into a game for what you would pay for a board game. Honestly, I mean, if you're willing to pay sometimes $69 for a good miniature board game, you can really build something with $70, I think, and really have a lot of replayability with this. So that's today's look. We were looking at the campaign expansions. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at the armies and some of the things that you're going to want to pick out to kind of complement some of these boxes and things. So we'll take a look at that. And until next time, I'm Rob Bourne. We'll see you soon.